I'm here to answer every start-sit question you have tonight, every trade question. We're going to do a couple team reviews. It's going to be fun. It was supposed to be Nathan. We're supposed to be splitting these up during the year, but Nathan's having some technical difficulties, so you're stuck with me again tonight. I hope you're not too bummed out about that, but we'll get Nathan on here soon enough. But happy you're joining us tonight. Like I said, you guys can go to the link that I have here. As you saw on last night's live stream, you can submit through the site now. I can show you what that looks like. You can do start-sit questions there. In fact, I think we already had a question submitted over there, so I'll go ahead and pull that up. But you're welcome to either A, submit it on the site, or B, drop it right here in the comments. Say hey in the comments. Drop a like if you would. If you enjoy that we're on here a little bit more, doing some more live streams, answering some more questions, drop a like for us. And obviously, if you're subscribed, or if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are. But what's up, everybody? Good to see you guys in the comments. I'll answer a couple of these questions that popped in here early too. What's up, Torsten? Good to see you, buddy. Our German friend. Hope you had a great day. Did have a good day. Just traded for Rashee Rice. Trade was Godwin, a 25 first for Rice and a second. The first is not mine. Should be mid to late. I think it's an absolute smash deal. Good job. And so a couple more here. Start two: Dowdle, Hopkins, Odunze, Adonai, and Corum. Man, that's tough. I'd probably go D-Hop if he's playing and Odunze there. Dowdle's got a pretty tough matchup. Just traded James Cook, Debo, and T-Hawk for Bijan and redraft. I think that's an okay trade. I'm okay with that. I hope that upside is going to be more important in your league. Obviously, you're giving up some depth there. You're giving up, two starting guys and then Hawkinson, which you don't know what Hawkinson's going to be this year. But I hope that you play in a league where upside's important because, and I hope the rest of your team's pretty freaking good because there's a little bit of risk to doing that. So, all right, let's pop over here and we have a trade question from Man of Cole. So let's go ahead and do that first. Just so we can start this off. This is a Dynasty question, so we'll answer this real quick. And like I said, you guys, super chats are going to skip the line. We'll start at the top and go down. But we spend most of these answering super chats since we get so many of them. But let's look at this trade here for Man of Cole. It's a Dynasty 12 team, no tight end premium. You starting 8, and it is a 1 QB league. 1 QB 12 team full PPR. Diggs or JSN would be my flex. I don't have a 25 first. Okay. So you're obviously winning here with the Caleb Williams side, right? The difference between JSN and Diggs is obviously they're heading in separate directions from a value standpoint. But it's a 1 QB league. I think in a 1 QB league, I want to stay put and I want to keep Jaden Daniels and JSN here. I like the rushing upside with Jaden Daniels in a 1 QB league anyways. So I think I'm going to just opt to stay there, not make that trade. Diggs is probably heading in the downward trajectory in terms of value. So, but yeah, let's jump over here to the comments. And like I said, guys, I'll answer as many of these as I can tonight. Super chats are going to obviously take priority, but I'll work my way down the list here. Full PPR pick 2 to start: Ferguson, Njoku, Mostert, and Montgomery. So you don't want to flex your tight ends there. I'm going Mostert and Montgomery. Mostert, obviously the pretty good matchup this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Get my start-sit tool up here so I can use that. There we go. But I'm starting him everywhere anyways. I think he's a good start this week. In fact, he's going to be on our must-starts video you'll see tomorrow. Monty the same way. Actually, Monty, I think, made the video or made another video that we had. But Monty obviously playing the Rams this week, and that line is set pretty freaking high. I want to start everybody in that game, right? And so I'm definitely starting the running backs over the tight ends. For sure. 14-team Dynasty Superflex, probably future value team. You have Kyler, Daniels, May McCarthy, Young got an offer for Daniels, and Wandale for Smith and Brooks. We'll see. So you have Daniels. You'd be trading away Daniels, get Smith, Brooks, Wandale. Yeah, I'd probably lean in a 14-team Superflex. I'd lean to keep the quarterback there. So we got a super chat from Matt. Matt, thanks for your super chat, man. We appreciate it. Who do I start? It's a 10-man, half PPR, 1 flex. You've got Kyler, J. Jeff, Olave, Cup, Jonathan Taylor, Ramondre Bowers, Pittman, Worthy, Singletary, Jerome Ford, Addison, and Herbert. So in a 10-man, and I'm assuming a 1 quarterback, you go Kyler. Obviously, you go J. Jeff and Olave. Depending on if it's a start 2 wide receivers, You're starting those guys. If it's start 3 wide receivers, you're going to go J. Jeff, Olave, and then Cup, I'd say. And if you need a 4th wide receiver, Pittman's my guy there. I'm starting Pittman, Olave, Cup, and J. Jeff, and then JT and Ramondre, and then Bowers in my tight end spot. So of the guys you listed here, like that are flexible, I would go Pittman or Cup. I'd start all 4 of your top receivers there for sure. Yeah, let me know if there's anything special about the lineups there, but it might be a little bit of a deeper lineup, and in that case, I would probably start all 4 of those wide receivers, start your 2 running backs, and if you need another one there, probably go Xavier Worthy over Jordan Addison this week. Quinn, thanks for your super chat. Let me know what your question is. I'll be happy to answer it. Like I said, we're going to be doing we're going to do a couple team blueprints tonight. We have obviously redraft team blueprints available for your purchase, and we're going to do a couple of those. Some people bought some live ones, so I'm excited to review some fantasy football teams tonight. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. But I'll jump back up to the top. Quinn, let me know what your question is. Or if you don't have one, I appreciate it, man. Okay, pick 1 QB, 1 flex, 1 tight end. Goff or Caleb. Full PPR, Jaden Reed or Deontay, Goddard or Parkinson. Okay, so 1 QB, I'm going Goff this week. Playing a high-scoring matchup. Don't really want to start the rookie. Full PPR, Jaden Reed or Deontay. I'm going Jaden Reed this week. It's also a high-scoring matchup there. And then Goddard or Parkinson. I'll take Parkinson probably. I guess I had Goddard ranked higher. Quite a bit higher. Yeah, go Goddard. Go Goddard. I would be contradicting myself if I told you to go Parkinson. So, appreciate it. Would you trade DJ Moore and Chase Brown for James Cook if I need a running back too? No, I wouldn't do that. I'd rather have DJ Moore. Unless you have absolutely stacked wide receivers, I'd rather have DJ Moore. So, full PPR start to T, Jaden Reed, or George Pickens. Jamar's playing. Pickens is a bad matchup. I'm going T and Jaden Reed there. Yeah, I don't want to start Pickens necessarily this week against a pretty tough Atlanta Falcons defense that will probably give him a hard time. So, Kenny, what is up, my man? Thanks for your super chat. You want to rate from 1 to 10. All right, here we go. It's a start 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, and you've got Lamar. One tight end and 1 flex. Yeah, you've got Lamar. Okay, and Ellis, your other quarterback. You don't have another quarterback, so Lamar's obviously great. Aaron Jones, Zamir White, Trey Benson, Rico Dowdle, Brian Robinson, Ty Chandler. So obviously here you went no running back for the most part. I mean, you got some guys, Aaron Jones and Zamir White, that are going a little bit later. Obviously, you went running back pretty heavily from like around 6 to 12 there. But you have Amon-Ra, Puka, Zay Flowers, Debo, Hollywood, and Ferguson. So in terms of your quarterback, I'd give you a 9 or a 10 there. I mean, you got Lamar Jackson. Your running back's probably going to be a 4 or 5. I mean, obviously you don't have any studs there. You went 0 running back, but that's because Amon-Ra, Puka, Zay, Debo, and Hollywood. That's another 8 or 9 at that position as well. You're absolutely stacked there. Ferguson's 7 or 8. So overall, 7.83. Maybe you could bump it up to an 8 because, again, you're stacked at wide receiver. So that's a pretty good team, though. I like it. Amon-Ra, Puka, Zay, and Debo, huh? That's pretty freaking good. Yeah, I'll give you an 8. I'll give you an 8, man. That's good wide receivers there. Appreciate it. Remember, you guys can either submit here on the site. You can go. I can show you how to do that real quick if you'd like to, and you can do it any way you want. But it just looks better. You just go to this little thing up here, do start sit question, and you'll link your team, and then it will show me on my end. And then when I go to answer the start sit questions, it looks like this. And so I can open it up, and I can plug in your flex and whatever. So that, super chats, whatever, doesn't matter. But I think the site feature is pretty cool, and the site's getting a remake or a makeover. So it should look pretty good here in the coming days. All right. What's up, Jason? PPR start 1. Jalen Warren, Devin Singletary, Josh Palmer. In terms of Warren and Singletary, I'll go Singletary. Make sure I'm right on that. Yeah, I've got Singletary quite a bit higher. Versus Palmer. Actually, that's kind of tough. I didn't think I'd take Palmer. I think I will take Palmer. Palmer's a good start this week, I think. You're also getting, again, Palmer's the only guy that Herbert's played with at this point that like he feels comfortable with, right? You've got no tight end there. You've got Quentin Johnson. You've got Ladd McConkey. He's a rookie, right? So hope the family's doing well. Thanks, man. We're doing pretty good. Busy right now. This is a busy time of year for people who make fantasy content. My running back 2 is Chase Brown. I got Ridley on the bench in a league. You can start 4 wide receivers. Should I trade Ridley for Stevenson? Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, I think it's a value fair trade. And again, if Ridley's going to be on your bench, Stevenson's a pretty clear upgrade from Chase Brown, I think. So yeah, I'm cool doing that. Update on the Rice for Kyron trade. The guy wants to wait till week 2. Need Rice to have a game tomorrow, and Kyron's all mine. Check on Kyron, going to be a beast running back too. Yeah, that'd be freaking nuts, dude. That'd be freaking nuts. All right, Quinn, I got a super chat from you, but it says message redacted. So I appreciate it. Let me know again what let me know what your question is. I'll be glad to answer it, but appreciate it, man. Start 2, Godwin, Christian Kirk, or Jerome Ford. Double check my rankings so I don't contradict myself. Godwin, I have him over Christian Kirk this week. I want the wide receivers there. I want Godwin and Kirk. Godwin is 28 wide receiver 28 for me. Christian Kirk is like wide receiver 33. So Jerome Ford's like my running back 29. I feel like I have more safety there with the wide receivers in a PPR league. So it's a flex position. You got Polk, Chase Brown, McMillan, or AD Mitchell on Sunday. So obviously you're deciding between rookies and sophomore. McMillan is my pick there. I think McMillan of those guys is the most NFL ready. I think he's going to see the most immediate production. How do I do in my 10-man ESPN? You got the 109. You got Jamar, then A.J. Brown. That's killer. So you already got an A for that. And then Alan Laporta. So you got 2 wide receiver 1s, the quarterback 1, and the tight end 1. Then Rashid. Then you went Aaron Jones. So it's your first running back. Aaron Jones, Monty, and then Jerome Ford. And then you've obviously got Jaden Reed down there. You've got Odunze. I mean, it's a 10-man, so I got to keep that in mind. But even then, I really like the value you got. I mean, I think you did just fine, Colin. Oh, you got Tank Dell in the 7th, too. You're obviously, again, you're light on running back, but that strategy has won leagues recently. So I'm definitely not opposed to that. What do you think of Rico? Rico's a guy that we were advocating for some people to sell. But, you know, obviously the one caveat I put in that video when I was like, oh, everybody needs to, you know, consider selling Rico Dowdle is that he is the, like, cheapest starting running back in the league by far. I mean, somebody in Dallas is going to score touchdowns, right? You don't really know if it's going to be Ezekiel Elliott because Ezekiel Elliott is a million years old, or if it's going to be Rico Dowdle. So again, while I think that you have to consider selling Rico Dowdle, you do have to keep in mind that he is probably the cheapest running back in the league. So, all right. Extra flex spot. Who should I start? McLaurin or Dubs? Also tight end spot, Ferguson or Bowers, or start Bowers in the flex non-time premium. I'm going, I think I have McLaurin higher still this week. I'm going to double check that. Yeah, I still have Terry McLaurin higher, so I'd go Terry McLaurin. In terms of Ferguson or Bowers, obviously a little bit of a tough matchup for both of those guys. Non-tight end premium, I'm not starting Bowers in the flex. I'm starting McLaurin. I'm starting Ferguson there. 10-man full PPR, 1 flex. Should I start DJ Moore or Rashee Rice in my flex? They're both good starts this week. I will say that. DJ Moore is 8 spots higher for me. So I'll go DJ Moore. Getting ready to draft a last-minute Dynasty startup. Wow, that is last minute. Start 11, 3 Superflex spots, a quarter point per completion, negative half a point for an incompletion. I'm cooked. I hate playing in leagues with bonuses like that. I'm in a league. I just drafted in a league where I have bonuses, and I do not like it. Kind of screwed my draft as well. I have loaded receiving core. Should I start Waddle or Devonta Smith? Wow, that is loaded. I've got Waddle ranked quite a bit higher this week, so pretty good matchup for Waddle this week. So I'm definitely going Waddle there. What's up, half PPR? Got Mahomes. Start Waddle, Rice, Neighbors, or London. Okay, Waddle first, London second. I'm assuming. Okay, here we go. Pick 2. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm going London and I'm going Waddle there. Pretty good decision to make, actually. Just made a trade. Want to know real time what you think. Got Kyron for 3.25 seconds. Devontae Adams and Ramondre Stevenson. That's really that's the kind of trade you're just basically throwing crap at the wall and getting a pretty good player. You just got to hope Ramondre is the guy there long term, but I think he could be. Quinn, thanks for your super chat, man. Your team is Burrow, Saquon, Najee, AJ Pittman, Ayuk, Bowers with Amari, Hollywood on the bench, and Brooks. Do I trade Burrow and Amari for Mahomes and Christian Kirk? In terms of rankings, Amari and Christian Kirk are pretty close, but I would prefer Amari Cooper. Burrow and Mahomes, you've got Hollywood on the bench. You're not looking at any other stacks there. I think that's a pretty value even trade. I'm not sure how much of an advantage I think it is to have Mahomes instead of Burrow. And so with that being said, my gut says Burrow and Amari. But if you really think that, if you're playing in a 6-point passing touchdown league, a Superflex league, or a league where you think that Patrick Mahomes is going to be going absolutely bananas, then yeah, then I'm definitely cool. But I'm definitely cool doing that one. So. All right, 12-team Superflex, middle of the pack team. Move off of Evans, Darnold, and a 25-second for Worthy and Wright. Yes, I'm doing that. Puka or DK and James Cook? Puka there for sure. Put myself in a tough spot after the draft of CD, Wilson, Devontae, and Rice. I can only start 3 with Ramondre and Javonte. What wide receiver should I trade, and which running back should I go after? Good question. I think that Rice is the best value there. Maybe look at Wilson and go after one of those first-round running backs. Go after Gibbs, Saquon, JT. Maybe you can try to tier up to Brees and Bijan, but go after an elite running back. I think that would really kind of round out that team. So, Kenny, thanks for your super chat, man. We're right in another team here. It's a 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Allen, quarterback, 9, 10, whatever you want to call it. Cook, Swift, Eckler, Ty Chandler. At running back, that's going to be probably a 6 or 7. I'll go 6 here. Justin Jefferson, Neighbors, Tank Dell, McMillan, Leggett, Godwin. If I need to improve, where? Good question. So to finish out your wide receivers there, probably gonna go 8. Jefferson, Neighbors, Dell, Godwin, pretty good. 7 or 8 there. Full point PPR. In terms of improvement, I think I'm comfortable every week starting Cook and Swift and then having Eckler as a backup. You're still a little bit thin there. You've got some risk at wide receiver with Neighbors and Dell, both, and Leggett and McMillan. You're talking about 2 rookies, a sophomore that hasn't done anything, a sophomore coming off an ACL tear, and then Justin Jefferson who's playing with Sam Darnold. So I would say, if anything, you maybe don't need to improve from a talent standpoint, from a value standpoint, but I think maybe move off of some of the risk there. Get a little bit safer at some positions. I think that's what I would do. Swift is a little risky. Eckler's a little risky. Allen is obviously not. That being said, I think you keep JJF. I think you keep Allen. I think it's Neighbors, Dell. You look maybe to shop those guys. maybe Swifty. But I think it's a good team. Like, and if all of those guys hit, you're golden. But that's if all those guys hit. So, appreciate you, man. Jason, thanks for your super chat, buddy. It's a 12-team Superflex. You traded Jefferson and Kendre Miller for JSN, Waddle, Kenneth Walker in a mid-late first. Rebuilding thoughts. Honestly, I mean, and Kendre's nothing in this trade, right? And so, JSN, Waddle, Kenneth Walker, and a mid-late 25 first. I'm honestly okay with that. I mean, think about it this way. Waddle's probably worth 2 firsts, right? JSN's worth 1. Walker's worth 1. Mid-late first. You got 5 firsts for Justin Jefferson, right? I think that's probably about what he's worth. But with that being said, you know, obviously it is Justin Jefferson. It is a crazy cornerstone asset, but I like that trade. I think for a rebuild, especially, you're getting some value. You're also taking shots on multiple guys in Kenneth Walker and JSN that could break out this year. And the first obviously insulates the trade a lot. So if it ends up being, you know, a mid or early first, then you're going to be looking really good there. But good trade. Yeah, I like it. Appreciate it, my friend. All right, I just gotta keep an eye on the site in case anybody submits there. All right, we're good. Cool. All right, yeah, we're gonna do some team reviews here in a second. So if you submitted for a blueprint and you were expecting to do it live, that should be coming up here really soon. But like I said, make sure you drop a like. Make sure if you haven't, you're subscribed as well. Would love to have you guys subscribe. So. All right, let's jump over. I'll continue to answer any super chats we get, but I do have some team reviews I want to get done tonight, so let's go ahead and do those. I gotta find them here on the Flock site. Here we go. Okay. Make sure it loads. There we go. All right, let's jump over here. This is Chilltown. This is, again, a redraft blueprint, and oh, why is it not showing that? Why is it not refreshed? Crap. Is it this one? There, okay. That's weird. My bad. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, plug Donnie. So, your comments here. How long can I expect to contend with this core group? Should I continue to try and draft well? Build out depth? Or should I be using picks and young players to make moves? Interesting, because this is a Dynasty. That's weird. This is a Dynasty one, it looks like. Am I looking at the wrong one? Huh. That's weird. I'm going to have to ask Nathan about that one. Okay. Let's do Collins first. Collins is C.W. Evans. Let's find that one. Here we go. Yep. All right. Cool. All right, Colin, we appreciate you, man. This is a redraft team for sure. So I think the other one was a Dynasty team. But looking at Colin's team here, you got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. You got Jared Goff. So at quarterback, we'll give you like a 9. Running back, Jahmyr Gibbs and Joe Mixon. You know, I think this is going to be like probably a 7 or so. Sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen with you guys. There we go. Colin, my boy. There you are. Okay, so like a 7 there. At running back. A.J. Brown, Chris Olave. Obviously, Zay Flowers, JSN, so you've got some upside there as well. But, goodness, this thing's annoying. I'll go 7 at wide receiver. Tight end, Evan Ingram, we gave you a 5 there. So, overall, not bad. You lean more on the risky side here. But with that being said, this is a solid team, man. Your top assets are obviously going to be Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff. You got Gibbs and Brooks obviously being on your IR, I hope. And then A.J. Brown, Chris Olave, and Zay Flowers. Your depth, we're going to give a 6 or so. You've got Goff on the bench. You've got Mixon. You've got Mostert. You've got Spears. You've got Jalen Wright. You've got Isaiah Likely, Darnell Mooney, and Dontavian Wicks. So it's a pretty good depth. It's a 10-team full-point PPR. I think it's start 6. Well, start 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start 8. I think so for this one, I think we're going to do like a well-rounded team build. And for waivers, I think you probably need to go wide receiver upside for this. You have some upside guys in JSN and Dontavian Wicks. But I think getting some wide receiver upside here will really help. Definitely looking to trade. I'd say Chris Olave here. Just somebody with higher upside, I think. So Nico Collins comes to mind. I think you can down tier right now from Chris Olave to Nico Collins, depending on who you're playing with. So maybe go that direction with Chris Olave. Maybe try to shop him for some other high upside guys going in that range. Jared Goff, maybe, shop him for another position because you've got Jalen Hurts. And it's a 1 QB, no super flex league here. You really don't need 2 quarterbacks. And so I'm going to say go Calvin Ridley. Ramondre Stevenson, maybe, I would say. And then Dontavian Wicks or Tyjae Spears. We're going to try to up tier there, maybe to somebody like Khalil Shakir. Maybe just somebody that has a little bit more, production upside in the short term even. So overall, this is a pretty good team. You've got really good depth at running back for a team like this, even in a 10 team. Gibbs and Mixon and Brooks and Mostert and Spears and Jalen Wright. I mean, obviously you're not wanting to start Wright, but those other guys are startable or flexible, I think, this year. So I think you did really good there. You do technically only have one bell cow running back in your roster and Joe Mixon. So we're going to say to get another one of those and get as many ones as you possibly can. Upside is so important in a 10-team league. So try getting Montgomery to pair with Gibbs to solidify safety. And you can own all the carries in that line's backfield. So I would recommend maybe trying to buy in on that offense. And then obviously moving off of Goff because you're going to be starting Jalen Hurts every single week. So yeah, and I will show you your completed blueprint real quick. This is what it looks like, guys, when we're done with it. So you can follow the same link that is in the pinned comment if you want a team review. We've done quite a few of these redraft teams already. So if you have a fantasy football team that you want reviewed, you can get it over on that link. Or you can go to flockfantasy.com/domain. When you use our code and sign up for the annual tier, you get one of these free. So either way. But okay. All right, well, let's do another one of these real quick. And like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can drop super chats. I'll be answering those as well. But let's move to Cheeseburger, which is an awesome name, by the way. We did get a super chat real quick, so I'm going to answer this first. What's up, Ethan? Good to see you, man. Thanks for your super chat. It's 10-man PPR. He drafted 7th. Quarterback, Jordan Love. Running back 1, Isaiah Pacheco. Running back 2, James Cook. You got Amon-Ra. You've got Nico. You've got Evan Ingram. You've got Devonta Smith. You've got White, Deontay, Rome, Hubbard, Corm, Reed. What do you think? Yeah, so it's a 10-man, so you're going to have a little bit more of a stacked team here. But in terms of your team balance, I like safety in Amon-Ra. A little bit of upside in Nico, right? I really like that. You've got Devonta Smith, who's a really solid guy in your flex. Your running backs, Pacheco and Cook. You've got an elite running back and a really solid running back in James Cook. Love is very good this year for fantasy football. I love having him in fantasy. I think I liked this year passing on the top tier guys and going and getting Jordan Love. Your bench, White is obviously flexible. Deontay, and it looks like, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it only a start 7? If it's only a start 7, I would give you some advice here because you've got Jaden Reed down here. You've got Hubbard, you got Rome. But Rome and Jaden Reed and Zamir White are all like startable guys. I know this is only a 10-man, but I would see if you can kind of take those guys and up tier a little bit. I definitely like the idea of taking these guys and up tiering. At least trying to get some upside. But like when you're looking at your lineup, Pacheco, I mean, Amon-Ra, Nico, you definitely are good. Devonta Smith is good. I mean, you could try that, but honestly, if your team is like it is now, I think you're going to be in really good shape. Obviously, drafting Isaiah Pacheco there means you do have to bet that he has a pretty freaking good season, which I think he can. I'm not positive he will. I think he can though. So I think you did really well. Like I said, if you can go and get some upside, yeah, only start 7. So upside's going to be everything in this format. Upside's going to be everything. So like I said, if you can maybe, and I'm trying to think, like Pacheco's maybe not the upside running back for me. Pacheco's like more of a safe floor guy for me. Cook is kind of the same way because with Cook, you're not getting the touchdowns. And so if I did have any recommendation for you, I think it would be to try to pivot off of Pacheco or Cook or both of them to go get some higher upside guys. You know, obviously Pacheco in that range, you can go get Josh Jacobs. You can go get Travis Etienne and most. I mean, it's going to depend on what format you're playing. And some of you guys will say I'm crazy. I'm thinking sleeper leagues because I play on sleeper, but you know, it depends on where you're playing. You can go get any of those running back. I mean, even a Derrick Henry is probably going to have higher upside because of the touchdowns. I love the team. But again, I do think that if I'm in a start 7 league, I'm chasing just the craziest upside. While you have some really, if this were a start 9, I'd feel really good about this team because you're starting Jaden Reed and one of Zamir White, Deontay Johnson, Rome Odunze every week. Like that, I really like that. So if your league mates don't catch on that, you know, depth is less important in this type of league, then you can kind of take advantage of that. But all right. All right, let's pull up another team review here. Like I said, I'll answer any super chats you guys got, but I do want to make sure we get these people who we said would do team reviews. Where the frick is this one? I need to message Nathan about that. So this looks like a non-sleeper team. There it is. Okay. All right, so this is from our guy Cheeseburger. Appreciate you, man. This is a Dynasty league, so we are going to do a Dynasty one real quick. I hope that's okay, but it's a Dynasty Superflex 12 team, no tight end premium with a start 10. You've got all your picks. It looks like you've got your 26. This is a Dynasty with an Empire pot for the team who wins back to back. We keep 17 players a year. Start 14 with 4 IDP players. So, all right, pull this up real quick. All right, so looking at your positional grades here, and I'll pull up this team. You guys can see that. There we go. Quarterback, you know, you've got Cousins and Purdy. In a super flex league, you probably want a little bit better than that. In a 12 team, you're top. I mean, you really don't have any depth after that either. And so we'll give that a 5. Running backs, Akers, Chase Brown, Connor, Najee, Kamara, Jalen Warren. We'll give that like a 5 as well. Ayuk, Zay Flowers, JSN, Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson. That's a stacked wide receiver room there. That probably grades out at about a 9. You got Ferguson, you've got Kincaid. That's a 9, if not a 10. It's probably a 10. So pretty good. And then in terms of depth there, we're going to give you, I think we'll give you a 5 on depth too, because again, it's a pretty deep team for a 12 team league. And so I'm comfortable saying that your depth is pretty good. You're obviously going to lean, I mean, I think this is a wide receiver factory team, having Ayuk, having Zay Flowers, having JSN, having Amon-Ra, having Garrett Wilson. I mean, this is a wide receiver factory. So you're going to contend this year. Your 3-year outlook here is going to be a contend, reload. It's a pretty freaking good team with all those wide receivers. And so in terms of like what moves, and this is a 4 IDP league, but in terms of IDP, like I think, you know, I think we're more focused on the offensive guys here. In terms of who we would trade on this team, probably look to down tier from Brandon Ayuk here. You've got a ton of wide receiver value, so we can down tier there, and we can maybe go get some better running backs like Rashad White, like Saquon Barkley. We can move off of Jalen Warren here and Najee Harris, and go get a bell cow. So again, if you can up tier to a guy like Saquon, that's probably a long shot, but just try to go get a bell cow there. Jake Ferguson, I like moving for another position, like getting a wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. If you end up down tiering enough at wide receiver, you can get Calvin Ridley, kind of plug some holes there and flex him. But yeah, overall, your running back room is a little bit shaky. You can work with it, but I would keep targeting cheap veterans on this team. And again, you've got a couple of them. I don't like having all of the Pittsburgh running back room here. A little bit skeptical on that. I would explore offers to potentially move Garrett Wilson for a cornerstone quarterback here because, again, you're a little bit shaky at cornerback. In a super flex league, we really like having those 2 elite QBs. And so, like, if you can move off of Garrett Wilson and go get, like, a Trevor Lawrence, I'm trying to think in Dynasty, like, you're not getting, I mean, you could get Daniels, but I'd want to go, like, a Lawrence, I think. I mean, you could try to go Kyler or Herbert, but those type of guys. Try getting Trey Benson on this roster as well. You can. There. I don't know how that happened. It got muted. Sorry, thanks. Sorry, guys. All right, like I said, I'm going to stay on here and answer a couple more questions if you guys would like that. So I'll go through and I'll answer as many of these as I can, but I'll prioritize Super Chats as I'm wrapping up here. Okay. Jumping back up to the top here. I traded John Taylor and DJ Moore. Tyreek Hill and David Montgomery. Man, this is tough. I mean, I think you have to go upside. I don't know. I think it's even. I think you're fine making that trade if upside is going to be emphasized in your league. So deciding on the last flex here, Aaron Jones or Jaden Reed. Probably going to go Jaden Reed here. Pretty good matchup for Reed this week. Start 4, Wilson, Nico, Rice, Cooper, Neighbors, and Ridley. Wilson, Nico, Ridley, and Neighbors are my picks there. Keenan Allen or Worthy in my flex. I'm going to defer to the rankings for that one. I'm in a better headspace when I do the rankings. Keenan Allen or Xavier Worthy. I think I have Xavier. Yeah, I'm going Keenan still, I think. I don't really want to start rookie Xavier Worthy over Keenan Allen this week, so. Okay. Checking on another team review that I had to do here, but all right, let's see. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I was right on that. All right. We do have a super chat from Raymond. Appreciate you, man. This is a 12-team half PPR league. You've got Connor. You've got Stevenson. You've got Lamb. You've got London. You've got Kincaid. You've got Deontay Johnson. On your bench, you've got Jaden Reed, Brian Thomas Jr., Rico Dowdle, Jonathan Brooks, Braylon Allen. Terrible. No, I don't think this is terrible. I mean, if Drake London breaks out for you, like, this could be a really solid team. You got Lamb and London. You've got Josh Allen. You've got obviously some cheaper veteran running backs here, but with Reed on the bench, Thomas Jr. could break out. Jonathan Brooks when he comes back. I mean, I don't think it's not risky. There's definitely some risk involved with this team, and you're betting on some breakouts here. I don't think it's terrible though. No. I think it's a boom or bust team. So if it booms, you win, and if it busts, it busts. But not a terrible team. Not a terrible team. Thanks for your super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. All right. All right. I'll take about 5 minutes worth of questions here, and then we'll hop off for the night. Got everything done I wanted to, so. All right. Should I trade Zay Flowers for T. Higgins since Burrow's my QB? I wouldn't chase a stack there. I'd keep Flowers. Should I drop Jermaine Burton for Tyrone Tracy? Yes. I think so. Start Dak or T-Law? Probably T-Law this week, honestly. Probably Trevor Lawrence. PPR, Debo or London. Other two wide receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown and Garrett Wilson. Honestly, let me look. Debo or London? I've got London 2 spots higher, so I'm going London this week. Appreciate you, man. You're good. Smith or Waddle? Waddle for me. Hubbard, Chase Brown, Dowdle, PPR. Probably Chuba, honestly. I'll probably go Chuba Hubbard there. McLaurin's or Pickens? McLaurin. 10-man, Lamb, Collins, Rashid, DJ Moore. Should I start Jordan Love or Dak Prescott? Love this week. Which 3 receivers should I start? Lamb, obviously. I'm going DJ Moore, Lamb, and Nico this week. Definitely Nico for sure. Playing the Colts. We have situational awareness here, so. All right. Sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll be back on here. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow night. Probably Friday night for sure, but maybe tomorrow night. So we'll be answering questions. No, we won't be on. I don't think we'll be on tomorrow night unless it's after the game. So tomorrow's the day, guys. We get football back tomorrow. So it's an exciting time. I'm pumped. All right. Appreciate you guys joining us. Like I said, we'll be back on here soon. We'll have our video coming out tomorrow for our must starts and must sits. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But appreciate you guys.